In a statement of facts, District Attorney Alvin Bragg says Trump orchestrated a catch-and-kill scheme through a series of payments that he then concealed through months of false business entries. Bragg claims the catch-and-kill scheme sought to identify, purchase and bury negative information about Trump in order to boost his electoral prospects, further claiming that Trump then went to great lengths to hide his conduct, causing dozens of false entries in business records to conceal criminal activity. Bragg addressed the media after Trump was arraigned.
Donald Trump, executives at the publishing company American Media Incorporated, Mr. Cohen, and others agreed in 2015 to a catch-and-kill scheme. That is, a scheme to buy and suppress negative information to help Mr. Trump's chance of winning the election. As part of this scheme, Donald Trump and others made 3 payments to people who claimed to have negative information about Mr. Trump.
He alleged AMI American Media, which owns the tabloid National Enquirer newspaper, paid $30,000 to a former Trump Tower doorman who claimed to have a story about a child Trump had out of wedlock. That AMI paid $150,000 to Playboy model Karen McDougal, who alleged a sexual relationship with Trump, and a third payment of $130,000 to adult film actress Stormy Daniels over similar claims.
One of the 3 people that they paid to keep quiet was a woman named Stormy Daniels. Less than 2 weeks before the presidential election, Michael Cohen wired $130,000 to Stormy Daniels' lawyer. That payment was to hide damaging information from the voting public. The participant scheme was illegal. The scheme violated New York election law, which makes it a crime to conspire to promote a candidacy by unlawful means. The $130,000 wire payment exceeded the federal campaign contribution cap, and the false statements in AMI's books violated New York law. That is why Mr. Trump made false statements about his payments to Mr. Cohen. He could not simply say that the payments were a reimbursement for Mr. Cohen's payments to Stormy Daniels. To do so, to make that true statement, would have been to admit a crime.
President Trump.
Trump appeared somber as he arrived at court, with these photographs showing him seated before the arraignment, a historic moment as the first former president to face criminal charges, as he continues to make the case that the indictment is part of a broader conspiracy of political persecution.
We are now officially a third world country. No president in the history of our country has been subjected to such vicious and disgusting attacks. But they only attack me because I fight for you. It's very simple. They can't buy me and they can't control me, and that scares them beyond belief.
His attorneys later accused prosecutors of turning a political issue into a political prosecution, and are widely expected to seek the dismissal of this case. As scenes outside court were populated by a huge law enforcement and media contingent, in addition to peaceful protests both in support of Trump and in favor of him being criminally charged. Trump will later address the day's events during a primetime television address Tuesday, in which he's expected to castigate the Manhattan DA, as the stakes could not be higher if your surname is Trump or Bragg. Sherwin, Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.